Yes, we're live. Boom. I like it. Okay, fantastic. So, what are we going to be talking about today? As it says in the description, we're going to be talking about universal intelligence. This is one of my apps. I'm just looking at the intelligence of nature outside, the intelligence of what makes you up. And it's one of my absolute favorite subjects ever to really dive deep into. Why? Because there's an intelligence in you that I guarantee you haven't discovered yet. You may be doing well in life, but I can tell you now, whatever level you're playing at, there's always the next level to get to. So what do we got? What do we need to understand? Well, let me make common sense of this and just see if this resonates with you. In fact, even before I just say what I'm about to say, type in the comments now, because I want you guys always to be interactive with what we do. Why? Because otherwise, if you just sit unactive, then you get number and number and number. We don't want you getting number and number. What we want is you getting more activated. We want you getting more alive. We want you becoming more successful. We want you being more free. That's why we're giving away this 5-day challenge starting tomorrow, starting Monday. And it's called the 2022 Success and Freedom Accelerator. It's 5 days of coaching for free. It's an absolute no-brainer. What we're going to be diving into now is going to be one of the subjects that we go into over those 5 days. But remember, we're going to be dealing with the mind. We're going to be dealing with your body. We're going to be dealing with your relationships. We're going to be dealing with money. We're going to be dealing with this subject that I'm now about to scratch the surface with. Now, here's what we need to understand. That there is an intelligence in every single one of your cells. This intelligence is so powerful that mentally you might be screwing your life up. You might have been programmed in destructive ways that are not the core of what you are, but the mind has now been polluted with stuff that isn't going to serve you, with the fears, the regrets, the suffering, the lack, all of that horrible stuff, all that stressful stuff. And that stress is going to break you down. However, think about how out of balance some people's lives are, but yet their body, it keeps regenerating. Now, what does this mean? That in the trillions of cells that make up your physical body, those trillions of cells, what we know is that eye cells know how to be eye cells. Bone cells know how to be bone cells. Liver cells know how to be liver cells. So what does this mean? Probably about 95% of what you are is automated. You didn't have to think about growing from a baby to the way that you are now. Your natural progression is to evolve. The consciousness that is within you is hardcore programmed to evolve into this 3D reality. So what does this mean? Well, if you are somebody who's out there thinking that God's going to save you, you've been given free will. We got to learn how to save ourselves. And here's what I want to say is that when you get to wake up to this truth and you realize that your life is where it's at right now because of the decisions that you've made, then you learn how to make better decisions to start to improve your life. But we understand that there's a lot of negative program going on. We understand that the body might have been suffering because of a lack of movement or the wrong stuff going in. And all of a sudden, you're putting like storms in your body. Whereas what we want is this freedom so that every breath becomes a beautiful breath. Every heartbeat, we appreciate it because we're living in a state of gratitude. However, if you go into a place where you're thinking, oh my God, this isn't working out for me. Oh, I'm not good enough for this. Where are you? You're stuck in the head. So when we can learn how to get out of our head and we can start to connect to this universal power, like think about it. What do you think's making your heart beat? What do you think is gifting you 50,000 brand new cells every 3 seconds? Yeah, there's an intelligence breathing through you. So what do we then need to understand? How we can have more of that intelligence breathing through us. This is why I want to be able to dive deep into the subject. Why? Because we didn't get taught this stuff at school. We very rarely will not very rarely, never will our governments ever talk about this stuff. And it is one of the biggest subjects that we need to be connecting to. Now, the old world is broken. Now, what does that mean? Systems are going to come collapsing down. People who aren't tuned into the right stuff will come collapsing down. They're going to suffer in their lives. Now, here's what the new world is all about. It's about bringing out through you a higher level of consciousness. Now, what does that do? That high level of consciousness is going to add freedom, and more success to your life. Why is that important? Because if you're not growing and growing and growing and growing consistently, I can tell you this now, a part of you is going to feel like it's dying. A part of you is going to feel like things are just like not going how you want them to go. Whereas when we connect to this universal intelligence, what we do is, first of all, we connect to the season. Because you might do the right thing. You may have, in fact, just type yes in the chat if you've ever done this. You think you've done the right thing in life, but you didn't get the right result. And you might have done the right thing, but you might have just done it at the wrong time. And by doing the right thing at the wrong time, you don't get the right result. It's like you might, I don't know, being on a football pitch when there's no game going on and you can go and kick a ball in the goal. There's no goalkeeper there. But you want to do that in a World Cup final, it's going to be same pitch, same place, but it's going to be a different experience. What we want to show you how to do is you got to learn how to pivot fast in this new world. And if you're holding on to stuff from the past, I can tell you now, that is going to be like you putting a ball and chain around your ankle and trying to sprint your way through life. It's never going to happen. Why? Because you've got that ball and chain there. Well, so many people have got these things pulling them back. When we connect to this universal intelligence, when we connect to this source energy, when we connect to God, when we connect, whatever you want to call it, when we connect to that stuff, an energy starts to breathe through us. A new unshakable belief starts to breathe through us. Hope, gratitude, love, all these good high vibe emotions start to breathe through us. So then what happens? Whatever you're then going to put your focus on, it's going to change. Now, how do we do that? That's why I want to be sharing a lot more time than this is sort of like 15, 20 minutes that we're going to be sharing today. But before we do that, and before I carry on, please type in the chat. Let me get the comments now. Tell me something that, you guys are going, how are you? Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you very much. Tell me something that you struggle with when it comes to connecting to this universal intelligence, when it comes to connecting to this source energy, when it comes to connecting to this intelligence beyond us. Type something in the chat. Let me know what is something you struggle with, because I'd like to be able to deal with it right now. Because for some people it's belief systems, for some people they just don't believe in something bigger than themselves. Well, common sense says you can't just end up in a human body. It doesn't just happen. There's a design behind this thing. And if you notice, all humans are pretty much designed the same way. 2 eyes are pointing forward, nose is pointing forward, mouth is pointing forward, ears are at the side, you've got your neck, you've got your shoulders, you've got your arms, you've got your torso, you've got your hips, you've got your legs, you've got your feet. Pretty much all humans are designed that way. Now, okay, so what we got down here. So Cornel says to let go of the belief systems that I do, but I get triggered back from time to time. Now, this is why I actually have an event called Supercharge Your Life. And all these triggers that you're talking about, Cornelia, is the programming. Now, what happens is, even from when we're in mama's belly and we're starting to grow, that programming has already started. So before you even come out, you've already been programmed. But then think about the experience that you go through compared to being totally conscious on this planet. So what do we go through? The pain and the suffering in the family. Then what do we go through? Usually there's pain and suffering at school. Then there's the college. Then there's university. Then there's relationships and relationship breakups. Then there's polluting the system with all the wrong food choices. There's stressing out. There's not feeling good enough. There's not feeling loved. All of this stuff is getting in. And when we repeat those patterns, bam, it drops into the subconscious part of our brain, and then it becomes a program that we just play out. Even if we say, right, I want to believe in this, I want to believe this is possible, and you might believe it for a certain time period, and then your brain goes, I don't think so. And what happens? The program will win. Why? Because energy is going to win every single time. So what have we got to do? We've got to learn how to create the right type of lifestyle habits where these 5 days that we're going to be giving away, you see it on the screen, it's starting Monday, tomorrow. So it starts Monday, we go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 2 hours a day. Now, this is what I want to share with you. Think about this. We're giving you 5 days. Now, when you take these things, now, do you want your life to be like that? No, you want it to be like this, where things come together and now we start to work in harmony, and then boom, we can start to rise up through any of the challenges that life gives us. If you don't get locked in what I'm going to be sharing with you over these 5 days, I can tell you now, the first time life hits you, bam, you're going to start to go back. Then it's going to hit you down again. Then it's going to hit you down. And that natural energy that we had as children, that natural wonder, that natural curiosity, that natural joy, that natural laughter that we had as children, where's it gone? It's been beaten out of you. Well, for most people, maybe not everybody on here, but for most people, it's been beaten out of them. So what do we have to do? We've got to start to lock into creating the right lifestyle habits. Now, we're going to be giving you those habits because if I started with day 5, it's too much. We've got to get your mind focused on what is important. Then we've got to make sure that the money that's coming to you, those streams of income that come to you in ways where they can start to grow, they can start to compound, they can start to be these residual streams of income that you go to sleep and you wake up and suddenly there's more money there. Imagine that type of life, because that's what we're going to be opening you up to. Then we're going to be dealing with this thing that you live in at a cellular level. We got to understand this thing that you live in. And most people don't understand it. Most people abuse it. Most people, you've heard the saying, use it or lose it. That applies to all areas of your life. And it's an effort for some people to work out. It's an effort for some people to make sure that they're eating healthy. It's crazy for that to be an effort. It should be an honor. So we're going to show you how to start to create the right lifestyle habits so you get hardwired for success and freedom. When you get hardwired for success and freedom, that's what you're going to play out in your life. And we're going to give you step by step exactly what is needed for that. Now, let me ask you a question. If you had this universal intelligence, if you had this universal power breathing through you so that you have in 2022 all the success and the freedom that you truly deserve, type in the chat, what would that mean to you? Let me know, what would it mean? Because you can come and do this for free. There'll be a link somewhere around here. Elisa, if you can please put that link in, that will be amazing. So there's going to be a link that we're going to be putting in here. Okay, so great. So it's now gone on. It's here in the comments. I think I can even put it in the comments with you as well. Maybe I can't. So so all you got to do, go to that comment from Alicia, click that link, get yourself registered. And okay, so some of you go, yeah, it'd be absolutely epic. Now it'd be life-changing. Now, why am I asking these dumb questions? Because our brains are so polluted that we've got to refocus to make things common sense. Why? Because in today's world, common sense isn't common practice. What should be common sense isn't even normal for so many people now. So what we're going to do is we're going to make these steps super simple for you, but you need to show up for all 5 days. We go live at 6:30 UK time, and we're going to go till about 8:30. If any of you do want a VIP upgrade or a VIP elite upgrade, we've got a whole stack of bonuses that you can come and get as well. If you like me, you just like the finer things in life, or if you're going to go through an experience, you want to make that experience the best experience ever, then you can go for the upgrades, or you can just come and do it completely for free. It's totally up to you. Now, here's what I want to share with you when it comes to connecting to this universal intelligence. And this is why I love this subject so much. But it's taken me many, many times where I've forgotten about this universal intelligence, because I've gone back to the brain and got stuck up in the brain where there's fears and doubts and come up. So I've learned these strategies, I've learned these techniques that when that stuff comes up, bam, we just knock it out the way. Or we just let it pass like a cloud in the sky so that you're left feeling your best. Now, here's what I want to share. That around, some of you probably don't know, most of you probably don't know this, but around the world, the press label be the miracle man. Why? Because one of my stories was I went from a broken back, being told I'll never walk again, to self-healing without an operation, without surgery, to then becoming the English sports acrobatics champion. Now, when Asia started to hit, I used to run my events out in Asia, or when we first launched out in Asia, and the press, they labeled me the miracle man. And I said, but here's the thing, there's nothing actually special about me compared to anybody else. We're all the miracle, every single one of us. But if you don't believe that miracles are real, then all you've done is forgotten. So day 5 that we're going to be going through is going to be to remind you that you are a miracle maker, to be able to remind you that miracles are waiting to be born through you. And I know you may not see it with the mind, but you can't see what your heart's doing right now, but you trust it's there doing its thing. So when we get back to that point where we are balanced, and I know they sound like weird and woo-woo, but we're balanced and aligned between the body and the mind. And then we can open up to this universal intelligence. That, by the way, is everywhere. I mean, how do you think nature works in seasons? There's no technology that we create as humans. It does it on point. The fruits come out at the right time. The vegetables come out at the right time. The nuts, the seeds, the grains, all of this stuff. You plant them at the right time. Nature does its thing. And now there's a rhythm to life. What we're going to be showing you through these 5 days is how you start to create this rhythm. Because most people, rhythm is this, boom, boom. And they're just knocking each other down. And it's one negative program connecting with another negative program in people. And it's just their brains talking to each other. And you see it everywhere. Whereas if we can set ourselves free from that, and we can start to open up to this truth, and we can start to open up to this power, but a power that we want to be balanced. Because what happens is when you start to tap into this power, it can be addictive. This is why we see a lot of people when they create fame and fortune, it ends up swallowing them up. So what have we got to do? Make sure that we create the alignment and the balance right now. We do that right now. Then we start manifesting from this point on, and you put all of these 5 days together, and we compound these days every single day, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, and you're going to know what your next action steps are going to be. You're never going to be left there hanging going, oh God, what do I do? No, you're going to be in this flow. Like a tree never sits there and goes, oh, what do I do? Like when you see the birds time to emigrate, they're never sitting there going like, oh, what do we do? Is it time to go? Is it not? No, they're in tune with life. They're a part of life. Well, the intelligence that you have is you can literally create anything that you put your heart and soul into it. Not just your mind. It has to be your heart and soul. When we get your heart and soul into it, now all of a sudden you're going to wake up to your purpose. Now all of a sudden you're going to wake up to why you're here. Because let me explain this. In fact, type in the chat, what would you prefer to have? A job, a career, or to be on a mission? Which one? Type it in the chat. Would you rather have a job, a career, or for every day for you to be on a mission? And your mission is to serve at the freaking super highest levels, where you win and everyone around you wins as well. What would you rather? Come on, type it in the chat. Let me know. Type it in. Yeah, you want to be on a mission. Of course you want to be on a mission. This is what we're going to be teaching you. We're going to be teaching you so where you wake up every day, you're not going to allow the fears and the doubts and the worries and that negative programming of the mind to get you. Because whatever your mind is telling you now, I can tell you it's probably limiting you. Because here's what I want to say. Your life begins outside of your comfort zone. Outside of your comfort zone. So what does that mean? We get to discover more parts of ourselves. And as you get to discover more parts of yourself, oh my God, your confidence goes up, your self-esteem goes up, everything goes up, 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 up. It all goes up, all of it. So, my friends, I cannot wait to be with you tomorrow. If you haven't registered yet, make sure that you get that link that's around here to join us at the 2022 Success and Freedom Accelerator. It is going to be epic. Every single day, we're going to build and build and build and build and build. And it's just going to keep going. And we're going to be creating more momentum every day. And this momentum is going to give you that acceleration that you need to make 2022 your best year yet. So if you got any value from this, please do comment below. Please do like it. Please do share it. And my friends, it's going to be an honor to meet you tomorrow. I cannot wait to be taking you through these 5 days, because I'll tell you, at the end of these 5 days, we're going to be dropping bombs. We're going to be giving you golden nuggets. And all I ask is, please, you guys are going to already registered. See you soon. Epic. So all I ask is, please bring someone along, because the secret of living is giving. And if you want to connect to this universe intelligence, you've got to go and extend your hand to somebody else. So this way, it's not going to cost you anything, but probably a little bit of time, a little bit of effort. So be thinking, who would you like to bring along? And please do send them the link, get them registered, make sure they're going to show up with you, but also make sure that you're going to be undisturbed, because the last thing you want is for me to be going through stuff and then all of a sudden you're disturbed or your attention needs to go somewhere else. If you're going to commit to this, commit to these 5 days, myself and my team, we're not going to let you down. We're going to over deliver, as we always do. So from now till then, have a beautiful rest of the Sunday, and Monday, 6:30 UK time, it's going off, my friends. So click that link, get yourself registered. Sending you all lots and lots of love, and I look forward to seeing you on the 2022 Success and Freedom Accelerator 5-day free challenge. So have an awesome day, everyone, and look forward to connecting with you very soon.